Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Drop. And the Anta Kyrie one, are they gonna call it the Anta Kyrie one, or is Nike gonna have a problem with that? I still don't know. But there is a leak of the Anta Kyrie one sample, right? So of course before I had a really crappy potato quality image, and this is still pretty potato quality, but the first one that I had, it was really bad, right? So of course, as you guys all know, Kyrie Irving has signed a 5-year deal with Anta, which is awesome. Because yeah, they make great shoes, right? I feel like they're a very underrated company, but here in the US, it's really hard to get Anta shoes, right? So yeah, first of all, I definitely feel like they have to fix that, you know what I mean? But definitely overseas in China, this is gonna be like they're gonna sell so many, you know what I mean? Just because I feel like Kyrie, I mean, he's very popular, you know. So Anta signing Kyrie is huge for them, and they're giving him like full control, like full creative control over the shoes. So Kyrie Irving probably had a lot to do with the design of this shoe, right? But before we get into that, we have some other shoes that have been leaked, right? So first of all, we have the LeBron Witness 8, right? And we have some better pictures and also some different colorways. We have this white, gray, and black colorway. I really like in the forefoot, it's like a crown design, you know what I mean? Like if you look at the LeBron James logo, it's like, it looks like a crown because he's the king or whatever. So I definitely like how they incorporated that, and also like following the crown in the forefoot. It kind of reminds me of like the Kyrie 3, you know what I mean? With that strap, it kind of looks like a strap, but it's just a different material. It might even be a little bit more supportive of a material so that you get a little bit more support for lateral containment. But overall, it does look like just a regular mesh, and you know, the Witness line is a cheaper like budget shoe line by LeBron. I also have that feeling where budget shoes are still kind of like misleading or a little bit deceiving as well, just because LeBron like never wears the Witnesses, you know what I mean? And like a lot of the signature athletes, they don't really wear their budget shoe line. They usually wear just their signature shoe line, and which is fine, right? But then I've had a lot of instances where you know, I'm playing, you know, like I'm on the basketball court, and then they're like, oh, what's up? Like, yeah, I meet some fans, and they're like, oh, I'm wearing the LeBrons or the KDs or whatever, and they're wearing like the KD Treys or the LeBron Witnesses, which is fine, right? But I think it's a little misleading on like Nike's part or whatever, like the company's part, just because they don't actually wear the shoes. So it's not really LeBron's shoe, it's not really Kyrie's shoe, it's not really KD's shoe. They're just kind of like slapping their name on it and like advertising it as their shoe, kinda, you know what I mean? So it's a little misleading in my personal opinion. And of course, I mean, the LeBron Witness line here in the heel, we have an Air Max unit. It's not even a full 180 unit, it's just like on the side there, so that's not gonna do anything. So yeah, I mean, the LeBron Witness line hasn't been the best for me, just personally, because I don't like Air Max all too much, but you know, it actually looks pretty good, right? And now on the medial side, I don't like the picture of the line though. I think that's pretty cheesy, but other than that, the overall design does look dope. So there is a LeBron Witness 8, and also we have a pretty good image of the Zoom Freak 5. We've had some on-foot pictures, right? Giannis Antetokounmpo and his brothers were wearing it at kind of like some conference, like some press conference. And this all-white pair looks absolutely freaking amazing. You know that first colorway that was leaked with like the gold swoosh and the green and red, like Gucci or whatever? I really did not like that colorway, but this all-white colorway looks absolutely amazing, and the overall silhouette looks great. And honestly, I like how Giannis Antetokounmpo likes big swooshes, because for me, I like the way big swooshes look, right? And if you guys didn't know, it does have a top-loaded 4-foot zoom unit, and as far as the foam goes, we don't know what the foam is yet. But the cushion, it seems like it's lacking a little bit, you know what I mean? But the overall design does look great, especially in this colorway. And then Trey Young posted some pictures of his new signature shoe, which is the Trey Young 3, and it still looks absolutely freaking amazing. This red and black color, this bread colorway looks freaking dope. And these pictures are really dope too. It's a very crispy picture, you know what I mean? But yeah, so as long as the outsole, you know, as long as the traction is good, and the cushion, we're not 100% sure what the cushion is going to be, right? But it's just regular foam, but we don't know what the foam is, you know what I mean? But I do love how the foam looks. Like the design looks absolutely amazing. It's probably heavily inspired by the Adilet slides, you know? And then the upper looks very nice too. It looks like a very nice knit material. So yeah, this shoe looks really, really dope in my personal opinion. And then we have a picture of the Sabrina 1, the Nike Sabrina 1. It's gonna have full-length React, which is dope. It was on Nike ID for a little bit, but then you couldn't get it. And it was for 150 bucks, right? So if it's 150 bucks on Nike ID or Nike Bayou or whatever they're calling it now, usually Nike ID is $20 more than the actual retail price of the shoe. So I'm guessing the Sabrina 1 is going to be 130 bucks, which I guess that's an okay price. I feel like for a first signature shoe, that's a little expensive. You know what I mean? It's usually around like 110, 120 bucks. 130 is pushing it a little bit, but the tech, I feel like is pretty good for the price. And also it looks freaking dope. The aesthetics on the shoe, it looks absolutely amazing. So I'm very, very excited about those. And now last but not least, we got the Anta Kyrie 1 sample. So it might change a little bit, you know, once the actual shoe comes out. But I feel like this looks like a pretty finished product, right? And Kyrie, for some reason, he loves midfoot straps. I don't like midfoot. Okay, so first of all, straps, right? Especially like here in the 808-2s, right? Or the 808-2 V2, this midfoot strap doesn't really do anything. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really improve lockdown all too much. Also, the Velcro, right? Another reason why I don't like straps is because there's Velcro here and then laces stick to it and ruins the laces. And third of all, it makes it annoying to lace up the shoes just because it's going like this. So you kind of have to like put the strap aside and then tie it up, which is kind of annoying. I mean, it's just a minor inconvenience. It's just like, why is it there, you know? And plus, like, it's a one-way strap, right? If it was a two-way strap where it kind of loops, where you can really tighten down the strap, just like in the, I think it's a Why Not 0.3, right? With that strap that kind of loops. That you can put a lot more pressure in just because of physics, right? With a one-way strap, you can't really put as much pressure. The two-way strap, you can put a lot more pressure. So yeah, that's why I don't really like straps. And it also kind of adds a little to the bulk, like on top of your foot. It's not too bulky. I mean, this strap isn't that thick or anything, but honestly, like, I think it's a little unnecessary in my personal opinion. But we can't really see how the strap works, right? Maybe it's like the fly trap strap from the Kyrie 5. I don't know. I wonder who designed, I wonder who he worked with, right? And I wonder how much Kyrie had to do with the design, right? So was he like, okay, I kind of want it like this, and then he worked with the designer, and then the designer kind of came up with the like design, or did Kyrie actually kind of draw it and stuff, you know? Pretty curious. But yeah, as far as the outsole goes, it seems to have a pretty aggressive pattern. It does look a little storytelling, but also it might have a little bit of like herringbone in it as well, it looks like. And then like the foam, like what's going on with the foam? You know what I mean? Like on the side of the shoe. And if you look at like not the concept, but the actual sample in hand in real life, it looks like almost like it has a drop-in midsole. Just because it doesn't really look like there is a midsole, you know what I mean? So obviously drop-in midsoles, usually they don't have an exposed midsole, right? It just looks like here in the Kyrie 1 sample, right? Anta Kyrie 1 sample, that there's the outsole and then the midsole is not there, you know what I mean? So it might be a drop-in. That would be freaking dope if it was a drop-in. I'd be so happy. But yeah, the overall design language, it actually kind of reminds me of, you guys remember the original Flow Future X? The design kind of reminds me of that, you know what I mean? Like the white outsole with the midfoot strap. But yeah, also he's probably gonna have to get a new logo, right? Also, it is a low top. We do have a high heel tab as well. The material looks to be like a fused type of mesh. And obviously there is a lot of lateral counters in the forefoot and the heel, you know what I mean? So of course, I mean, Kyrie does a lot of lateral movements. You need good lateral support. So honestly, I do like how it looks so far. It just looks kind of like, it looks weird because Kyries have always had a swoosh, you know what I mean? So, and also there's no Anta logo, which is kind of interesting. And also I hope there is an outsole curvature, but overall the design does look pretty damn dope. I like how it looks overall so far. And hopefully it does come out soon and I'm able to get my hands on the pair. But yeah, hopefully we get new, better pictures of the Anta Kyrie 1. But tell us your thoughts down in the comment section below. But that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.